Emotional self-awareness, it's where it all begins, really. And, well, it's more important than most of us realize. You know that moment when you say, "I'm fine," in a voice that clearly means someone is about to suffer. Yeah, that is where emotional self-awareness begins. In Stein's EQ world, emotional self-awareness is the ability to recognize what you are feeling, understand why you are feeling it, and notice how that feeling is influencing your behavior. Sounds simple, right? Which is always suspicious. Because, honestly, most of us are not walking around saying, "I am currently experiencing mild insecurity wrapped in irritation with a little source of wounded pride." No, we say, "I'm just being honest," or "I'm tired," or "People are annoying today." Very convenient. Also, not always true. Emotional self-awareness is not about becoming dramatic. It's not about, sitting in a circle, holding a cup of herbal tea, and sharing that your inner child is disappointed by the printer. It's actually much more practical than that. It means noticing what's happening inside you before it leaks out through your tone, your face, your silence, your sarcasm, or that very professional email you should absolutely not send yet. I have noticed this myself. Sometimes I think I'm making a calm, rational point, very balanced, very mature, possibly award-winning. And then I hear my own voice and realize, this is not logic speaking, this is irritation wearing a tie. That is the problem with emotions. They rarely introduce themselves properly. Anger often enters the room as principle. Fear arrives as careful planning. Jealousy dresses up as just asking questions. And insecurity often pretends to be criticism. Without emotional self-awareness, we believe the disguise. Someone gives us feedback and we immediately explain why they misunderstood everything. We call it clarification. Everyone else calls it defensiveness. Someone ignores our idea in a meeting, and suddenly we become quiet. We tell ourselves we are being professional, but perhaps we feel dismissed. Someone close to us makes a small comment and we react as if they have attacked the foundations of civilization. Very impressive, slightly disproportionate. Stein places emotional self-awareness in the intrapersonal area of EQ. In plain language, it is about your relationship with yourself. Can you read your own inner weather? Can you say, "I am disappointed"? Can you admit, "I feel threatened"? Can you notice, "I am stressed and that is why I am becoming controlling"? That last one is especially useful and, also deeply inconvenient, because once you can name the emotion, you lose the luxury of pretending it is not there. But this is exactly why emotional self-awareness matters. You cannot manage what you do not notice. You cannot handle stress if you do not realize you are stressed. You cannot be assertive if you do not know what you feel. You cannot have healthy relationships if your emotions are constantly driving the car while you sit in the back pretending to be the chauffeur. The goal is not to suppress emotion. Emotions are information. Sometimes messy information, badly formatted with spelling mistakes, but still information. The question is, what is this emotion telling me? Am I angry because something is unfair? Am I anxious because something matters? Am I irritated because I feel powerless? Am I withdrawing because I feel rejected? That little pause changes everything, because, between feeling something and acting on it, there is this small space, and in that space, EQ lives. So, emotional self-awareness is not the grand art of understanding your soul completely. Let's not be greedy. It is simply the moment you catch yourself before your mood starts writing the script. Before the sharp comment, before the defensive email, before the cold silence, before the heroic declaration that you are fine. Because honestly, sometimes the most intelligent thing you can say is not a clever answer. It is, wait, what am I actually feeling here? Captain Help, and smarter every day, in every way.